Thank you, Mr. Rossiter.
We're just gonna miss you though.
Oh, I'll be back.
You'll be back. That's right. All right. Well, nice to see you, Miss Truesdell.
Thank you. It's nice to see you too. Sorry for being late.
Actually, we were late. I just signed on, so we're all good. We're going to get started. It looks like it worked out well for both you and Matt, and we'll get going.
Super. Thank you.
Yeah. We're ready to go. He'll be right out.
Matt, are you Mr. Tillman's attorney?
Yeah, Miss Odom, can I break out with Mr. Tillman for a moment?
Oh, sure. Hang on. There you are. Mr. Tillman, you're going to have to accept an invite. Matt just went into a breakout room. Oh, I'll get you when we're ready. Sorry about that.
And you're all alone.
I am. It's okay.
How are things in Traverse?
Good. Nice. I mean, this weather's been crazy, but it's been beautiful, and then felt like fall, and then hopefully it's going to start warming up again, and it's busy.
Is it quiet?
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting back to, people coming in, and
me too.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be real lonely. I don't know how much they're upstairs or not, but
it's worse for security. I'm busy because we have, workers here. We have our people,
right.
The number we're supposed to have here, and but I miss seeing people in the courtroom. It's just a whole different nature of the respect, and it's just gone on Zoom.
I completely agree, and even the attire of the attorneys who are appearing raises eyebrows.
I haven't actually seen anybody, or maybe I just didn't notice, but most of our attorneys that I've seen have been in suit coats and, dressed from the waist up, let's say.
That's true. I have a pack code for you. Can I give it to you ahead of time?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great. For this case, you mean?
Yeah, for this case, he's going to plead to an impaired, and the pack code on that is 257.6253A.
Perfect. Thank you.
I didn't write it on the pre-trial.
Is that a little A or small A?
It's a big A.
A big A.
I didn't write it on the pre-trial, so I didn't want you to scramble.
No, I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, the pack codes really help, having a pack code. So do you live in Antrim?
I do. Are we on YouTube?
You know what? We might be live. Hang on a second.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you where.
Yeah, you know what? We are live streaming. So I was just wondering how Antrim was right now. Are you guys busy, like touristy and?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Shorts. I mean, the whole street. It's
Wow.
Out of town tourists, nonetheless. I was over at my parents' house, and it was like 5 or 6 states and parking lot at Village Market.
Yep. It's getting it's like everyone's trying to make up for the last year all at once.
Exactly.
Yeah, I heard on the news this could be the biggest travel for the 4th of July ever. Travel's going to be up that high, so
I'm glad I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, me too.
Just avoid downtown Traverse, you'll be fine.
That's right. All right, hang on, and I'll get the judge now. Okay, now we're ready, Judge.
Yeah, at least you don't live down the road from the Horses by the Bay people.
I wish I did.
Horses.
No, you don't. It's nonstop traffic, like
Oh.
giant horse semis.
Those
Oh,
are called horse
holy
trails.
crap.
Have you seen them, Stacy? The ones these people have?
I used to do that. I showed my whole life.
Some of these rigs these people have are unreal.
Well, the horses are very expensive.
Yes, when you can afford to fly in
I
a
didn't even
private
know
jet
about this.
just to show your horse, it's probably a pretty expensive horse.
Wow. How long does that go on for?
Oh, like a month and a half now. I think they made it even longer this year.
Oh,
And the worst thing
wow.
is spectators aren't allowed this year, and that breaks my heart. I went every weekend, every summer,
Really?
and no spectators.
That's too bad.
It is.
I mean, considering everything else seems to be opening up.
And it's all outdoors.
And that's outside. Yeah, right.
Okay. Good morning. This is file 213115 SD, People versus Joshua Tillman. And let's see, Mr. Connolly is here on behalf of Mr. Tillman. Ms. Truesdell is here for the people. And this is the date set for a plea. Is that what your client wishes to do, Mr. Connolly?
Yes, he does, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. And what is the plea offer?
Your Honor, the plea offer was extended to Mr. Tillman, whereby he could plead guilty to an added count 2 of impaired driving, and the original count 1, operating while intoxicated, would be dismissed.
All right, Ms. Truesdell, is that a correct statement of the plea agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Tillman, is that your understanding as well? Mr. Tillman, can you hear me?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, you might want to move closer to your microphone though, because I could barely hear you.
Okay. Sorry about that, Your Honor.
No problem.
But yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Has anything else been promised to you that hasn't been disclosed on the record this morning to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened, forced, or coerced in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you will have a conviction for operating while visibly impaired, and that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has Mr. Connolly answered all your questions to your satisfaction?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I need to go over your trial rights with you and make sure you understand all those before I'm able to accept a plea, so please listen carefully. You have the right to be presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and you have the right to a jury trial to make that determination. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to have the witnesses against you appear at the trial, to cross-examine those witnesses and present your own evidence and witnesses, and the court would order those witnesses to appear if necessary. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition, you have the right to testify at a trial, or if you choose, to remain silent, and that silence could not be used against you in any way. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And finally, by pleading guilty, you give up the right to appeal that you would have if you went to trial. Any appeal would be by leave, not by right. May it be up to the appeals court whether to hear any appeal of your conviction or sentence. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And keeping all those trial rights in mind that you'll be giving up by pleading guilty to the impaired driving, is that what you wish to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so turning to the complaint then, it says here that on, let's see, April 11th, you were driving your car on US 131 in Warner Township in Antrim County when you were investigated for drunk driving. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it says that you had a blood alcohol or breath alcohol content greater than a 0.08. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And let's see, would you also agree that because of consuming alcohol prior to driving, that your ability to operate a vehicle was visibly impaired, meaning another driver might have noticed that your driving was affected by the alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well then, to the added count of operating while visibly impaired, how do you plead? How do you plead to the added count of operate visibly impaired?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll accept your plea. I find it is voluntary, accurate, and understanding. The original charge will be dismissed at the time of your sentencing, and that will be on, Ms. Odom?
July 21st. And let me just go in here and see how our time looks. How about 9:30 on July 21st?
That works for me.
Very good.
Okay, so we'll be back on that date. Prior to that time, I am going to need to get a pre-sentence investigation and a substance use assessment. And I'll need you to contact our probation office to set that up. So if you could please call this number after 1 o'clock today and before they close at 4:30. The number is 231-922-6899. All right, and is there anything else that we need to take up this morning, Mr. Connolly or Ms. Truesdale?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe so.
No, thank you.
Okay, then we're all set. Feel free to sign off at this time, Mr. Tillman, and make sure you call that number.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Thanks. We'll be in recess till the show cause at 10:15.
Okay.